measured in the statistics of trade and investment, not measured in the pomp and substance of a state visit, but which is measured in the transformation of lives. And I think what we're celebrating this evening is just that, the capacity of education to transform lives. I had the great privilege last Friday of meeting with many of the students that we're honouring here this evening who have gained admission to tertiary institutions. And the two things that struck me most in meeting those students was firstly their self-confidence, the glint in their eye, the enthusiasm with which they talked about their studies and about their courses. And secondly, their sense of optimism about their future. They were not just enthusiastic about talking about entering into a course of study, they also had such enthusiasm for what they would be doing after that, and after that again. And I think there's no better demonstration of the capacity of education to transform a life than to listen to those stories. And I don't think there's anybody in this room whose life hasn't been touched one way or another by the power of education, whether or not we've reflected upon it. In my own case, I consider education to be one of the great signposts of my life. It was education that took my parents from a village life to university, to being teachers across 3 continents. And it was education that gave me the grounding to be a member of the Australian Diplomatic Service. And so that transforming impulse that my parents first entered upon has now set a 3rd generation on the course of a productive life. There are many people, I'm sure, who are responsible for this achievement of 170 students, and if Dr. Kieran Martin has her way, and she usually does, a future achievement of 5,000 students. Of course, the founding vision of Dr. Martin is crucial to it. The hard work of all of those in Usher is very important. The willingness of banks and the leadership that Mr. Chidambaram showed when he was Finance Minister in encouraging banks to do that was also crucial. But the most important element of the success that we're seeing tonight are the students themselves, because it was them who had to dig deep to have the confidence to start off on this course, and then to dig even deeper to keep going. And as Mahesh has indicated, there were many challenges along the way. And this is, in the end, a story of triumph over challenges. The Australian High Commission has been delighted to be a small part of the Usher story now for a number of years. And we were delighted that we were able to continue a modest financial contribution to what Usher does. And in fact, on Friday, when I met with many of the students of Usher, I also had the privilege of being able to pass on a special donation from our Commonwealth Games team in recognition of the hospitality and the treatment that they received here in Delhi and wanting to make a small difference. So Dr. Martin, thank you so much for including me in these celebrations. I want to congratulate everyone who's been involved in this, particularly the students of Usher. And as Mahesh's poem said, I think they will not only reach for the skies, but find it. Thank you very much.
Our next guest of honor, His Excellency Mr. Bob Heinsch, is the Ambassador of the Netherlands and has been posted here since 2007. His success in a number of senior positions, such as Consul General in New York, as well as those at the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs, made the way for his appointment as Ambassador to Israel, and we have since been glad to welcome him to Delhi. Both Usher staff and students alike have been encouraged by the Ambassador's belief in the value of the higher education program and his commitment to it. I now welcome His Excellency to the podium and invite him to share his thoughts with us.
Well, good evening, Honourable Minister, dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Kieran Martin, friends. I got 4 minutes to speak to you, not 5 but 4, so I have to speak a little fast. For it's really a pleasure to be here and to meet you and to speak to you. I have 3 points to make. But first of all, I want to like to congratulate you, the students, for the major achievements in being admitted to university. Now you are beginning 2, 3 or 4 years of higher education that will prepare you for your life journey. My first point has to do with that it is of utmost importance that during your years at college you will be able to acquire the most important ability to make your journey later in real life into a successful one. And that is the ability to learn how to learn. Today's world is a world of permanent education, and only if you are able to constantly update and upgrade your skills, you will be able to move successfully through life and do the things that you really want to do. So it is extremely important to continue your education, now first at university, and even more so later when you start your first job in the world. Remember that all the boring jobs and repetitive jobs are sooner or later going to be automated, and that the good jobs demand creative flair and imagination. In other words, the good jobs can only be done by people who love what they are doing. And that is my second point. Choose the subject and field of your study carefully and choose what you really want to do. For if you really want to do something, chances are that you're also very good at it. You are a rich person if you can do what you want. Bringing passion and joy and optimism to your study is not only what gets you to the top, it is how you get to the top. If I had any success in my 35 years as a diplomat, it is because I enjoyed the journey, the constant learning, as much as the destinations. Daddy among them. Remember, happiness is a journey, not a destination. And my third point is to Dr. Kieran Martin, and that has to do with the Netherlands Embassy. We are so pleased and impressed by your achievements and those of EFSHA that we have decided to make available from our embassy funds 10 full-time scholarships for students selected by EFSHA. I wish you a very happy and very successful time at the university. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Heinsch and Mr. Varghese. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our special guest this evening. We are most grateful to His Excellency Mr. Kenneth Thompson, His Excellency Mr. Rupert Holborough, and Mr. Sandeep Ghosh for lending their influence, their unwavering support, and financial assistance to Usher over a number of years. For this, we thank you. I would now like to introduce our presiding guest for the evening, Punjab National Bank's Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. K.R. Kamath. His career has taken an extraordinary path, from beginning as a trainee officer at Corporation Bank in 1977 to seeing the Bank of India and Allahabad Bank go from strength to strength under his leadership. His reputation as a leader, strategic thinker and mobilizer of people, precedes him. Asha is privileged to have the endorsement of a visionary like Mr. Kamath, and his dedication to pioneering this initiative with us is of great value. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Kamath to the podium. Please join me in welcoming him.
Respected Shri P. Chidambaram ji, Honorable Home Minister, His Excellencies on the dais, Dr. Kiran Martin, Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, Mr. Pillai, Home Secretary, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. This for the second time in this year, I think we are holding a function like this in the august presence of the Honorable Home Minister, who has been very instrumental in bringing bankers to this initiative. The word Asha, meaning hope, in itself elevates the spirit of a person by empowering him to surmount the stumbling blocks with renewed energy. Asha, NGO started by Dr. Kiran Martin, a pediatrician by profession, is doing the same thing for the slum communities by empowering them through access to healthcare, financial services and education. The empowerment helps them in improving their living conditions and making long-term positive changes to their lives. A large proportion of Delhi's labor force, mostly migrants, employed in low-paying jobs like rickshaw pulling, driving, domestic cleaning or cooking, laboring, running small businesses such as tailor shops, tea stalls or cigarette shops, is staying in slums of Delhi. Most of them are living from hand to mouth, unable to save enough money to meet family commitments or not earning due to illness or other emergencies. They also have a feeling that banks are only for more privileged members of society and not for them. There may have been instances when they had approached the banks but turned away due to lack of identity proofs. Due to this, they have to take help from moneylenders or other sources who charge high interest. In order to ameliorate the above, Punjab National Bank partnered with Asha NGO along with Ministry of Finance, Government of India and other 7 public sector banks. The project of microfinancing of slum dwellers of Ekta Vihar RK Puram, New Delhi was launched on June 19, 2008 with the initiative of Shri P. Chidambaram ji, the Union Finance Minister and now Union Home Minister. Last year, we had given education loan to 28 students to the tune of 37 lakhs and I understand that 6 of them are already employed, sir. Now this year, we are giving education loan to 17 students. So out of them, 3 have taken engineering, BTech, 3 of them, 4 diploma in medical laboratory technology, 2 for travels and tourism, 5 for nursing and midwifery course, 2 for hotel management, and 1 for PG diploma in NGO management. We are also, in connection with this function, we are giving another 36 loans to the tune of 20 lakhs for establishing their, for self-employment of the people living in the slums.
Thank you, Mr. Kamath. Finally, though he requires no introduction, it is my privilege to say a few words about our chief guest for the evening, the Honourable Home Minister, Shri P. Chidambaram. We at Asha consider ourselves incredibly fortunate to have the support of Shri P. Chidambaram in our work. One of the most highly respected politicians in India, the country scaled new heights under his leadership as Finance Minister from 2004 until November 2008. Now, as Home Minister, Mr. Chidambaram remains one of the most prominent members of the Cabinet. His privileged background as a graduate of Harvard Business School and one of India's top lawyers has not prevented him from taking